What's going on, guys? County Gains back here again with some more Two Johnnies reactions. This is called Irish Work-Life Balance. Now, these guys are the most famous pretty much podcasts in Ireland, in my opinion. There's only a couple that rival them, and they have been iconic for years and years. They've been around for like 8, 6, 10 years, whatever the case may be. A long time, guys. And you know what I mean, they've been killing it ever since. But you know, in terms of work-life balance, guys, I realize now that these guys definitely didn't have any work-life balance. They pretty much work super hard 24/7. And you know, honestly, if you actually want to do anything really tough in life, guys, you're pretty much not gonna have any kind of life outside of your work for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You have to hide for 2, 3, 5 years, guys. You know, and try and like just build up, because it's going to be impossible to be just partying every single weekend and, you know, actually getting ahead in your respective field. Leave in the comments down below, do you think it's easy to have a work-life balance when you're working, you know, 100 hours a week, shit like that on a business? Me, myself, I only probably go out like once every 2 to 3 weeks, guys. Probably not even that anymore. Just constantly grinding every single day, trying to make shit pop off, because it is not cool to be broke. Let's get it, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And let's go.
Work-life balance, like that, we hear that so much.
Irish lads have to be the worst in the world.
See,
yeah, I'm fucking working very hard by. Oh Christ, Jesus, I haven't been home now in a year and a half. But I haven't been fucking. I got about 12 minutes sleep now in the cab of the tractor, and I kind of Red Bull there, and Jesus, your man is some bastard, boy. Flogging me, boy, and Jesus, the fucking thing broke down, and we were light, and Jesus, smoking fags, and
I think
Jesus, I haven't changed my clothes since I was 9 years old, but I'm just you have a fair handy to you. Oh Jesus, I'm doing real work.
I think
everyone thinks that they're working harder than everybody else. Guys, let me tell you how much I work. I do 15 hours a day on this YouTube shit. Sometimes 17 hours. People are like, there's no way. I remember I told one guy, there's no way you do that. And I'm like, bro, that's because you don't do anything. You just barely work a 9 to 5, like. That's a half day, guys, honestly. You know what I'm saying? If you try and, like, my friend works 150 hours a week and he's earning 200 grand a year, guys. That's real hard work. Working some whatever job is not hard work, guys. Like, let me tell you something, trust me. I understand it now. Like, I'm like, damn, I was working in a shop, that was not hard work. This shit is hard work, guys.
I think Irish people take so much pride in telling you how fucking busy they are, and how hard they work. It's like a badge of honour.
Chisholm kilt.
Yeah. Whereas other nations are like see the Aussies, like, I swear none of them work. They're so laid back.
100%, man. This is Irish people. If you met an Irish person and, well, how are you? I'm not that busy, I'm just taking things easy. You'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Irish lads, how are you? Chisholm kilt. Oh, fuck, flat to the boards.
You have to be killed, yeah.
Murdered from work.
Is it because we've a lot of farmers in Ireland and stuff, and they you know, they love hard work?
Yeah, I think it's definitely it's a badge of honour. Like, you know, I did, you know, 8 hours in the farm today. Well, you probably did those 8 hours because you didn't fix up the fencing last week when you should have, and therefore the sheep broke out, and therefore you had to spend 3 hours rounding them up from the neighbour's.
Let's not get personal, Omar.
Yeah.
That could be listening.
It sounds like a very specific example.
Yeah, well, no, it's just like, I remember my dad saying, I remember we're walking out of a football game or a football match, and somebody who knew my dad was like, oh, Larry, how are you? And now this is the daughter, she works in RTE. And Daddy goes, oh, she claims to work there any hours. I don't know what she was doing on the computer. I was like, I swear to God, if we weren't in public, I would have absolutely ripped him to shreds. Like, so, but that's the thing, like, it's a badge of honour. It's like, I just think that, you know, I think you're better off being efficient. I do like the idea of a daily schedule. Like, I love a to-do list. And you know, if people don't get sent out their podcast mugs on time, it's because it's not on my list to do. So therefore, just before this podcast, I was like, better put that on there. So don't worry, you'll be getting your podcast mugs.
There you go.
Time. So yeah,
backlog.
Apologies.
But farming is one of those things where, like, what if something happens at night? Like, mates of ours would get a phone call, 9 o'clock at night, animal broke out. You have to go, you have to work.
Yeah.
And when I started making Hurleys, it was a fair eye-opener. I would try and finish at 6 in the evening. You might have a few phone calls to do. We'll be going training or something then.
Yeah.
And meet lads, almost call in for Hurley. I'd say, oh yeah, call in there any afternoons, best. People would call in 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Farmers, 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, 11:30 at night. Well, you're round.
Yeah.
Let's get that Hurley off you, 11 o'clock at night. Only farmers did that. They have no concept of time because the cows aren't like, well, you're 5 minutes late again.
No, I'm not fucking giving you any milk now today.
No, it's gone.
You know, the cows be going mad if you don't milk them on time because their udders get quite full. So,
Okay.
Sorry.
But if farmers have
They
so
won't be
much-
ringing you.
No, they'd be standing at the gate, roar me, and like gnawing the head off you.
Ringing the home phone. Put him on. Where is he? He's late again.
Because there was the European Union has passed a working time directive that enforces a maximum 48-hour working week.
48 hours, that's a half week, guys. Now, obviously, I sit at a computer and edit all day long. It takes like 10 hours a day. Shit's crazy. But if you're actually like trying to run a successful business, I understand now when people say they don't have enough time in the day. I literally don't have enough time in the day. I'm working since 9. I'll be working till 12 tonight, just uploading, editing, making all these videos. I try to make like 15 to 20 videos a day. And I don't get all the videos done, guys. It's completely ridiculous. But I think if you're just like, you know, on a time schedule for a regular job, that's good too. You can do extra, but, you know, really doing extra like for somebody else isn't benefiting you. So my suggestion would be like work full time for somebody else and then do part time, maybe 3-4 hours in the evening for yourself, for your own business. So that's
Including overtime. 48 hours a week. So obviously nobody has told farmers.
So first of all, 48 hours a week is way too long to be working.
We do that every week.
Yeah, that is true. Like, but like we don't have a choice.
But it's not. See, the thing is, guys, everyone's like, oh, Chris thinks he works hard. It's not that, guys. The work isn't physical. You can do this all day long. I can talk to this camera for 20 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? The work isn't physical. When the work isn't physical, it's quite easy to do a lot of it, you know?
I feel like we're in the Backstreet Boys. Like. It's just someone just telling us this is where you need to be. Like the other day, it took me like 15 minutes to figure out it was Tuesday. Someone asked me a really straightforward question the other day. I was like, I'm so sorry. Just give me a second now.
Yeah. But you're still probably in the phase of your career where you're trying to make it, like, you know, get to a particular point.
I think we fucking made it.
Well, like in Ireland you have, but you just want to go bigger, like. So.
Yeah.
And you know, spread that love on Spotify. So.
But just saying 48-hour work week is supposed to be the maximum. Sure, how many, like...
Last week we spent 27 hours in a car.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for like telethon or anything. You know, it wasn't like a charity fundraiser.
Text in.
They have definitely made it in Ireland, guys. They have RT sponsorships, Spotify sponsorship, all that stuff. It's fire.
Now.
It was just driving around, like, just cruising.
There'd be nurses doing more than that. Like, people in hospitality and hotels and waitresses and chefs and all the farmers.
Yeah, there's like, healthcare even, doing like 24-hour shifts and mad stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's
look,
crazy.
and I'm not saying that me and Johnny have it hard here. Don't start writing in. Being like,
No,
"Everyone's have it handy."
you two fuckers now.
Everyone thinks we have it handy, and we know we are quite lucky.
Okay, which country do you reckon has the best work-life balance?
One, the Scandinavians, it has to be.
Netherlands.
Are they They're not Scandinavian.
Kinda.
See, like somewhere like Finland, like they've really good. I think they have a 4-day working week there, but then, and they have like really good summers, but 8 months of the year they're under snow, so you can't do anything.
Yeah, we do much work.
You know, that whole 4-day working week, I know it's being brought into Ireland now soon. Like, guys, if you have your own business, you're doing 7 days a week. I don't ever take a day off. Like, I try not to anyway, unless I really have to, unless I'm like completely busy that whole day. 7 days a week, bruh. That's it, like. I mean, I don't know how you can't work 7 days a week. Like, I was listening to Tate recently, and he basically says it just works non-stop. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much the best thing to do. It's the most fun thing to do, so.
Work.
Yeah.
I just see here in Iceland, a massive 5-year trial in Iceland exploring the effects of a shorter working week is reporting significant positive outcomes.
Yeah.
Hardly a shock. The results suggest cutting just 4 or 5 hours from a standard work week can lead to dramatic increases in worker well-being and improvements in productivity. I'm telling you, I worked in like making products in the pharmaceutical place,
Yeah.
and they said whenever you get all those products done, you can leave.
Yeah.
They had never seen anything like it. The fucking problem was this was a Friday. They were like, as soon as you get finished, you can go home. And then on Monday they came in, and like production is down like
Massively.
by 90% as to what it was Friday evening. Like, so you have to be careful as well. But if you say to someone, look, here's what you have to do for the week, and whenever you get it done, you're off.
That's true. That's
like they'll do it well.
This guy's smart, man. Johnny Schmack's, man. Very smart, man.
They'll do it faster.
I think
Very
so.
smart,
Right?
man.
Like that's
Trust people.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Like, I know people make big things out of schedules. Like I used to be really like, oh, schedule and do this and do that. But you have to schedule in a bit of fun and crack. You have to schedule in Friday night pints.
But I just say that like on these like trials and stuff that they're doing with the 4-day weeks, like the pay remains the same.
Yeah, but I think this is only working because it's new, it's novelty. If you're used to a 5-day week and someone says, look, if you drive it on now, we'll get it all done in 4 days. But if you had a 4-day week for 20 or 30 years, you'd be looking for a 3-day week.
Yeah, exactly.
But like,
that's what I thought. It kind of keeps getting slimmer and slimmer the week.
let's just get a 4-day week first. You know what I mean? Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I'm going to be misquoting somebody here, but I think it was like Theodore Roosevelt or someone. He predicted back
Soccer
when,
player.
yeah,
No,
he
that's Theo Walcott, you're thinking.
he predicted that like with all the advancements in technology, people in our thing would be only doing 15-hour work weeks. So.
Damn.
Like I could probably, get most of my work done in 15 hours. But like the problem is when you're working on a computer, suddenly you're like, oh, I'll check my Facebook, I'll check my Instagram.
Yeah. But
So I probably waste a lot of time rather than being actually productive.
in a lot of the jobs I done, like if it,
Fucking hell.
Is that too much truth?
Maybe.
But I do
for
get my
me.
work done. I haven't heard any complaints unless you want to start dishing them out now.
Maura,
So.
I'm not messing, Maura. You could kill both of us and we wouldn't complain.
That's fine. Thanks, Mark. Really enjoyed that, Mark.
Shout out to Maura, man. Hard working gal. Hard working.
Do you know who's got it right?
Well,
Spain and all the hot countries.
having a snooze.
Bro, those countries. I went to Italy and they take off Monday. They only work Tuesday. Take off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They take off the weekend. They work like 3 days a week. It's ridiculous.
in the middle of the day. I knew that's what you were going to say.
Siesta.
It's ridiculous.
Do you ever go on holidays to Spain and you're staying somewhere and there's a lad doing maintenance?
Yeah,
He's only tipping. He's not breaking a sweat.
100%. 100%. There's all those countries now that I think of it. Like no one's fucking working hard. Like, I swear to God, even in foreign countries, I often look at the lifeguard and go, if I drowned, he's too lazy to come and fucking get me.
He's just sitting there looking like he's in a Gucci ad.
Tanned as shit. He's sitting on the oak texting on his phone.
Yeah, maybe smoking a fag, sipping one of those tiny coffees.
Yeah, and then like they're not going too hard.
Man, I was only talking to somebody yesterday who was working in like engineering and parts and all, and they said, "Usher, and we're waiting for stuff to come in from Italy, and the Italians, sure, they'll do it in their own time, like."
But I'd much rather be part of a society like that. Now look, Ireland does have a good rep for producing good workers worldwide.
I think we have one of the highest productivities in the world, guys. The US has one of the highest productivities. I think they're the highest in the world. But Japan, you think like Japan, they work the longest hours, they have crazy whatever. They have one of the lowest productivities in the world because they work the longest hours. So, the more efficient you are, the better, basically.
Yeah, but we're gone to such a stage now where it's like, I want it now.
Yeah.
Whereas the Italians are all like, oh, what do you mean you want it now? We'll have a cup of tea and a small glass of wine and argue about drafts for an hour.
That's not all.
But do you think the reason we work so hard is that we drink so hard then? It's like, oh, we worked like flogged ourselves 60 hours this week, so I have to like drink 60 pints this weekend to balance out the work crack levels.
When I was working, that was it. Yeah, there was no sweeter pint than going a full week's work done. And you feel like you really earned it. Now look, I've drank pints when I had no job as well.
Yeah. And then
You just weren't as sweet.
Yeah, the Spanish lads take it easy. They've like a little glass of wine at lunchtime.
Yeah.
And then a siesta and nap, and then they go back to work.
Yeah, that's true, guys. Siesta from like 12 to 1, and then you just be chilling for the rest of the day. Ridiculous.
Any job where you can have a glass of wine at lunchtime.
Is you're not working hard.
You're living like,
That's true.
you're winning. Retirement, John.
Yeah. When do you know to get out? Look, this
came up.
yeah, the reason this topic came up is in one of the 27 hours that we spent in the car, we were like, we're obviously complaining, being like, fucking hell, we never get home or whatever. And we were like,
Who's got
handy around the town?
round care? Who's living life right with their work-life balance?
And then we were like, such and such has. And we were like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's involved in the GA. Yeah, he does a bit. And he sits outside the cafe. He has a cup of tea, whatever. That looks pretty. Then it was like, actually, he's retired. And then it was like, no, and have another lad. And then it was like, no, he's retired as well. So basically, retired people have a nice.
We couldn't think of anybody
standard.
still working in our town
Who had a nice work-life balance.
They were all flat out.
Every single one of them.
Everyone I know is flat out.
Jesus.
But like,
What?
I think
And,
it's
like, I wouldn't have it any other way, guys. I love working. Like, I absolutely love working. I got offered recently like 6 jobs, so I was just applying like for those jobs. I do work part-time, But like, I got offered like 3 to 6 jobs, or it was like 3 jobs one month and then 3 jobs another month. And I was just like, I don't even want to work for you assholes anymore, guys. I just want to do my own thing. I'm earning money from YouTube. Like, just working for the people just sucks. You're just living life on someone else's own, own plan for you. They dictate everything you do, when you wake up, when you get paid, it just sucks, guys. It just sucks.
I think it has to change, like, because these are your best years. Now, don't get me wrong, like, when you're 55 or 60 and you retire and you're still in good shape.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? As in, like, you can travel, you can walk, you can do all that. But I mean, when you're 30 and 40, you're in an even better position.
Yeah, but you probably got a lot of children or something. Fucking kids.
Yeah.
Then you get old and some prick lands you with grandkids.
Fuck, when I get older, when I get to like 60, if I have grandkids, I'll be like, I'll see them on like a Friday or a Wednesday.
Communions.
Yeah, they don't fucking talk to me any. I'm too busy sitting outside a cafe drinking coffee and reading the newspaper. That's exactly what I want.
Start reading the business paper.
Yeah, just broadsheets. You can only obviously read broadsheets once you go over 55. You can't read like tabloids.
Start wearing slacks.
Yeah, and like sandals and socks.
Yeah.
That's when you're really.
That's my Czech granddad right there. Sandals and socks.
That's when you know you're.
When you get up
really,
in the morning and you put on a shirt for no reason.
Oh, even wear shirts, man.
And vests.
Yeah, don't knock on the vest now, but a shirt and a nice pair of slacks. Oh,
do you know what I mean? Like,
roll on retirement.
Is that your experience too? That most people are like flat out.
Yeah, well, thinking of...
I think most people bullshit about working hard, guys. So I'll work this hard. If you work a regular 9 to 5, like I worked for like 3, 4, 5 years, whatever, probably longer than that, all through college and everything like that, part-time as well as full-time. Out of the 8 hours I was working, I was probably doing about 4 to 5 hours, guys, like actual work. The rest of the time you're kind of standing around, like waiting for shit to happen, talking to customers. So it's not as heavy duty as like if you're trying to do your own business. I'm telling you right now, it's way harder.
My male friends, well, I have one friend who's sorry,
Come
but
on, we can beep it out.
No. I just say you're going to slag him off now, but he works as a college lecturer, and that is a handy number. Like that's, like it's.
It's like the more prestigious job that you have, the more people run your job into the ground. My brother's a college lecturer, actually, and yeah, he works hard. I mean, it's a handy job, but like, it's just because people think that if you have to be working physically hard to actually be a hard working guy. Bro, do you know how much college lecturers make? Do you know how much my friend makes? He just on the phone and laptop all day, 200 grand a year. Nothing to do with working hard, guys.
We have a friend who does the same thing.
Yeah, and it's nice. But then I have another friend who's trying to build a business, and then my female friends like have obviously children, and they're just absolute. Trying to think of a nicer word than poxes, but they're a lot of work, so like, they're lonely children. But my God, like one of them started drinking out of a puddle and the other day in front of me, and it's like, is she supposed to be drinking out of the puddle? And friend was just like,
that's cholera. Good way to get cholera.
I've given up. So.
Can we open this up then to listeners? How do you find a work-life balance? If someone has a nice little work-life balance, please honestly share your secrets.
Who's got a handy job?
Who's got handy jobs? That's what we want to know.
To be honest, guys, I love working and I want to work till I freaking die. I don't ever think, especially on YouTube, guys, working sales and whatever that I'm doing part-time, yeah, that's fine too, but you want to work non-stop your whole life. Don't end at 5 o'clock, guys. If you end at 5 o'clock, then you know that you're not working as hard as you can do, guys. Work till 12 o'clock every single night. Love you guys all, man, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.